Welcome to Alert Tales, where we dive deep into the most gripping stories of real-life experiences. If you love tales that evoke emotion, spark conversation, and connect us all, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community for more captivating stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat. How I ended up marrying my best friend's girl. We all went to high school together and were normal kids. They started dating in grade 10 when we were about 16. As we all grew up, he just kind of didn't. He turned into a mopey user who never held down a job. His hand was held out for anything offered to him, but he kept track of every single cigarette he ever gave someone on the off chance his dad bought him a pack or something. When we went off to college, he tagged along in a photography program rooming with his girlfriend. He blew all of his student loan money on booze, cigarettes, weed and magic cards, leaving her to supply food and rent on her own for the year. He stopped going to school mid-second semester and dropped out. The three of us moved back to our hometown after college and would still go out on weekends. He would always get blackout drunk and run off punching street signs, so it got to the point where I'd try to leave around midnight just so I didn't have to deal with it. Several times he'd follow me home ranting about how much of a bitch his girlfriend was and how he was going to end it because she talked to her friends at whatever party we were at instead of devoting all her attention to him as he binge drank. I'll never forget one time he followed me home, and I said I just didn't really want to talk about his relationship because I had just found out my mom, I've never met my dad, was given 6 months to live due to medical issues she's had for a long time. He told me that the world doesn't revolve around me and sometimes I need to set aside my problems to help a friend. Luckily, my mom's health improved and she's still alive today. I think that's when I stopped really being his friend, though. He also worked for me by then and was a pretty shitty employee. There was some drama with that too, but it doesn't really affect the story aside from explaining why I didn't just stop hanging out with him. Around this time, he started doing blow with some of his other friends and would sometimes tell us we had to leave a half hour after inviting us over because someone with a better substance wanted a place to get high. By this point, we weren't working together anymore, but I did work with his girlfriend's best friend. One day she was talking about him, and I said that despite him being my best friend for years, I had to say that she could do so much better. Apparently, she told his girlfriend I said that, and that was the push she needed to leave him. I had known her for just as long as him, so I kept hanging out with both of them separately. No funny business ever happened, and I was actually trying to make something more of a friends with benefits situation I had going on with one of her friends. My kind of friend by this point, her now ex, had apparently been driving around her house a lot, stalking really, with his dad, and had seen my car there a few times. He got really mad and basically said that I had to choose between him and her. I thought hard about it and realized that I had honestly had more fun and got along better with her over the past few years than I ever did with him. I said, "Fuck it," asked her out officially, and we've now been together for 8 years and married for 5. He went around telling everyone that we had been having an affair all along, but I don't think anyone believed him. Last I heard, he's still living in his dad's basement. I lost my virginity and my friend is acting weird towards me. Updated post. We're both 20 and have been friends since elementary school. We made a promise to do all of our firsts together or around the same time. We smoked our first cigarette together, had our first kiss around the same time, got our first jobs at the same place, got our licenses around the same time, and went to prom without dates. The only thing we didn't do around the same time was when she had sex for the first time and didn't tell me for a few months. When she finally did, she explained that it was unexpected and with one of her guy best friends. I laughed about it and wasn't mad, to her surprise, because I didn't think I would lose my virginity anytime soon and didn't want to hold her back. This was when we were both 19. A few months ago, I lost it to my boyfriend of 4 years. I didn't tell her till now only because it didn't cross my mind and I didn't think she would care. When I mentioned it, I was expecting her to be happy for me since she always teases me about it. "We're almost 20, girl, you need to hurry up." She would say that a lot, but she acted very weird, looking away, saying things like, "Whoa, I thought it would take a while." Shortly after, she said she had to go and left my apartment and didn't call me for 2 days. We hung out yesterday with our mutual friend, and she spent basically the whole time being passive-aggressive towards me, making jokes at my expense and laughing with me when it was really at me. She has never acted this way with me before. I asked her about it in front of our friend, and she said something like, "I don't care about you having sex, stop talking about it." That was the second time I brought it up, including the time I told her about it. I've called her once since then, and she didn't answer me or text me back. I feel like I did something wrong, but I can't figure out what. So, your replies have motivated me to investigate this, and here is the update. Our friend has told me that she has just been super stressed lately about unrelated things. Work, school, family drama, and her weird reaction probably wasn't actually about me at all. She's been in a bad mood with everyone, not just me, and the timing of my confession just caught her at the wrong moment. Maybe she didn't even realize how dismissive or passive-aggressive she was acting, and she'll eventually apologize or pretend nothing happened once her stress dies down. So all that tension I've been feeling turns out to be nothing personal. Does it make sense to me? No. Do I want to believe that's all it is? No, the kicker. My boyfriend mentions to me that he's noticed her acting differently around him, maybe lingering looks and trying to initiate one-on-one conversations. I asked him, "Can you say with 100% certainty that there hasn't been any flirting?" And he said there hasn't been any flirtation, subtle or not. He didn't think much of it at first, but after she started avoiding me, he connected the dots and felt I deserved to know. I don't know if maybe he's reading too much into things. We're very alike in that aspect. And maybe the situation has made him see normal moments as red flags. I don't know if any of these are even the right conclusions. I just know that since I posted this, she and I have not communicated at all. So people have been saying, just ask her. I have, and she's made